Hey everybody, this is Joel Toppin here, and I got a package in the mail from GMT Games, and this is Falling Sky Coin Series Volume 6. So it is the second of the new coin games that takes us out of the modern era and into a completely different time period. So this is going to be ancient time period, whereas Liberty or Death was the American Revolution. Alright, so this is the Gallic Revolt against Caesar. Let's look inside the box. First, as always, rules of play. It is the semi-glossy stock, real nice. Most of the rule book is actually, I think you got 17 pages of multiplayer rules. The rest of the rule, half the rule book is for the scenario setups and the bots, as it were, for non-player factions. So there's your scenarios, setups, and this has actually got a really nice scenario setup scheme in the rule books. Hang on a second here. Let me try to turn the page. They're all stuck together. It's kind of nice because it's color coded, and I don't think any of the other coin games have something quite like this. But each of the factions, it's color coded in here. It shows you the region where the pieces are going to go, and color code, so you know right away to look for the yellow pieces to go here, red pieces to go in here, and so forth. Gray pieces for or black pieces for the Germanics, and so forth. So kind of a nice little tweak to the model. There's your Reconquest of Gaul 53 BC setup right there in front of you. So pretty nice. Here's the playbook. Playbook has always got lots of good stuff in it, some roles and strategy. You got a total of 48 pages. Well, yeah, 48 pages worth of information here, and a complete breakdown of the pieces that each faction should have at their disposal. All the information on the cards. A lot of historic data in here. Good stuff. Again, semi-gloss, full color. Alright, now we have something kind of new to the coin games, and that is the available forces is not pre-printed on the map. It's now on little displays, little player mats, if you will. It's card stock, semi-gloss in its, in other words, it's not really super shiny, if you will. It's a semi-gloss kind of a finish on it. So that's for the Belgic tribes, the Arverni Confederation, Roman Republic, the Idui Confederation, and then the Germanic tribes, which is actually a non-player. Well, it's kind of it's not a fifth player in the game. It's another faction that can be controlled by another players, but otherwise it manifests like a non-player faction. So, you got your play aids, always a big thing with coin games. You got all kinds of good stuff here. The Germanic tribes play aid has the sequence of play and stuff on the back side of it, and you got a couple of those on hand. Non-player stuff, you got one panel for each of the factions for manning the bots. There are 2 of these in the game. Then you have the non-player guideline summary, which is again something new. The bots are very sophisticated in this. On the back side of this, you have battle procedure, flowchart, which is kind of nice. It looks scary and complicated, but in practice this is very, very simple to use. And then here's some non-player guidelines for events for all 4 factions. So a lot of the play aids are really for solitaire. Now this is not for solitaire. The battle procedure is for the entire game, whether you're playing solitaire or with non-player factions or not. Then we have the regular play aids, and again each faction's abilities and menu of operations is in 4 panels. There should be 4 of these in the game for each player. 2, 3, and 4. A lot of paper in here. Alright, next you have 1 counter sheet, not terribly big, very nice. Brown core, nice and thick, pre-rounded. Don't have to clip these. So there you go. They are nicely centered. Next up is the map, and we'll unfold this in a moment. It is smaller than the other games. This will be like Cuba Libre in size, so it's not a large footprint map, although you do have to remember that the available forces displays are independent of the board. GMT baggies, always a good thing. Lots of colorful wooden bits. Look at this, and you can say, wow, that looks like a boring game. There we go. That's your pun for the day. Very nice. Very, very nice. All kinds of fun shapes, different kinds of pawns in this. There are gray pawns instead of white, or excuse me, gray ones instead of black ones in the game. That's probably because the Germanic pieces are black. So you have white and gray pawns for marking where operations are taking place. Next, you have some cards, and we'll unwrap the cards. Take a look at those when we look at the map. So there's your cards. Artwork's real nice. Last but not least, you have some dice. They are not wooden. They are plastic, which came with the, what do you call it? Liberty or Death, I think, had the plastic dice in it. Trying to remember if Fire in the Lake had plastic dice, and I don't remember. The first games in the series had wooden dice, which are cool. But truth be told, these are probably more balanced. I mean, if you want to get really anal about it, the plastic dice are probably more reliable to give you a random result than wooden dice are. So, okay, one die for each faction in the game. All right, let's unfold the map and take a look at the cards. Okay, so I have unfolded the map, and I regret the glare that we're getting here. It is a linen, kind of a linen-esque finish to it. It's actually a little bit lighter in color than the digital copy that I had been using for the Vassal module. And this game has got a pretty nice Vassal module for it. There's a couple small bugs I need to correct with it, but it's available at vassalengine.org. And lots of fun animation for you that just about drove me out of my mind. So I think of all the Vassal modules I did, this one here just about burned me out on Vassal. I don't know what it was, but for whatever reason, everything I did had to be debugged like 5 times. It was just ridiculous. Anyways, here we go. There's the map. The cards now. Just show you a sample of them. This is probably one of my favorites here. I love how they did the, excuse me, let me soon get the focus here. Love how they did the Roman numerals on this for the 14th Division, or 14th Legion, excuse me. That's actually how 14 was denoted back in the day, Roman numeral-wise. I thought it was a typo first. Very cool. So you can see it's all the artwork on it. It's very thematic, and it's very different from the earlier games. So in that respect, it is a lot like Liberty or Death. You see there's quite a few cards in the game. 50, I think there's like 70, you're creating like a 72 card deck or something like that. Under most games. And then you have the winter cards. Each of the winter cards has a different picture on it, but the same effect. So it's a little bit different from Liberty or Death in that respect. So there you go. I thought about doing like a Tom Vassal and like pour all the pieces out for you, but I gotta tell you, my OCD might not be able to recover from that. So that's about as messy as I'm going to make it for you. So that's Falling Sky. Oh, I should show you about the box. It is a deep dish box, so otherwise I don't think you would get this into a standard game box. There's just a lot of play aids with it. So deep dish box, lots of coin goodness there. So you can see I've been playing with an oldie but a goodie. Some GMT goodness on the table right there. And so we'll be shifting gears probably from the American Civil War to taking a look at this in a not too distant future. I'm Joel Toppin, and that's what comes inside the box.